Gear Dog.
Okay, today we're going to review a variety of machetes made by SOG, Gerber, United Cutlery, and I have 3 here from Tramontina. Okay, I'm going to do a simple cutting test today. I'm going to take each of the machetes and I am going to cut through this 1-inch piece of kindling. And I'm going to see how many times and how long it takes me to hack through this. If I break the wood, that counts just as well as if I cut through it all the way. And before I get started, I just want to mention a couple of things. I see a lot of people do videos where they're using cutlery of various kinds, and most people aren't wearing gloves. And this morning, I was sharpening these blades and I cut my thumb, and so I'm probably not the only one out there that needs to be wearing these regularly when they're working with machetes. I also wear these safety glasses because something could fly up and hit me in the face, hit you in the eye. So let's go ahead and get started with this Tramontina 24-inch. You'll notice this is brand new. I haven't done anything to it other than try to sharpen the blade a little bit further. I still have the sticker on here I haven't taken off. Okay, so here we go. Oh! Wow. That was easy. Next up is the United Cutlery. Also very easy. Next up is this 12-inch Tramontina Bolo. All right. This is the Gerber Machete Jr. The 12-inch Tramontina. Last but not least, we have the SOG 10-inch. Man. Oh, you get the point. I spent some time cutting with all of these behind our house in an alley where I have to keep brush trimmed back from the side of the road. And pretty much my experience with these mirrors what you saw with that cutting test. Basically, you know, the longer these are, the heavier they are, and you get more chopping power than you do with something smaller and lighter. All of these did a pretty good job, I thought, when I was using them in the back. The only two that I did not care for were these, the Tramontina 12-inch and this SOG 10-inch. They're just a little bit too small for my needs. But all the blades held up pretty well. If I were to talk about which blades go dullest first, it would be the United Cutlery and the Gerber. On the other side, when I go to resharpen these blades, I also find that these two are easier to sharpen. The Tramontinas in particular I'm guessing that this is a pretty hard metal because I've had a hard time getting these sharp again after I've used them. Now, there's other considerations though. You know, if you're going to be handling these and doing any real work, you have to think about the handle. And if you have gloves on like I did, I don't really have a problem with any of these. The only issues I have are when I'm not wearing a glove. That's when you start to see a difference between these. And in particular, this Bolo is pretty uncomfortable down here. After a while, if you're not wearing a glove, this will start to eat into your hand, but that could be remedied well enough. You could sand that down. This Gerber Jr, this has the best handle of all of these. It's very comfortable. You can get a good grip on it. It's not going to slip, and even if it does, you've got something left to hold on to. So again, I really like this Gerber handle. And this is also a really nice handle because it's you know, it's rubbery and it's not going to easily fall out of your hand. But best of all is when they have a lanyard, because then you can use that to further increase your grip strength. One other thing I'd like to mention are the sheaths. Now, first of all, the Tramontinas do not come with sheaths. You can buy them, and they're, you know, sheaths are not typically very expensive. And I wasn't sure in buying these three whether I would end up using them all, and so I didn't want to commit to buying a sheath. But a popular sheath that fits these is made by Cold Steel. They make different size sheaths for different size machetes. This sheath here that goes with this United Cutlery is okay. It's just real basic, but one thing I don't like about it is that over time the saw eats into the side of it, and so if you were to buy this, you have to be real careful on how you get it in and out of the sheath. The Gerber is a really nice sheath. It's very well made. It's easy to get the blade in and out, and you're not going to cut it up. And you can also put this across here to hold it in place. The SOG sheath I really do not like. It's hard to get this in here. You have to really pay attention to what you're doing. I found that the best way to do it is to pinch this, and then this comes loose. But if you're not pinching it, then it's harder to get in and out. On that note, I've tried wearing all of these sheaths with them, and these two surprisingly hung well on the belt. They didn't feel funny. It didn't, well, I didn't think it looked terrible. But the SOG, because of how this handle sticks out, it kind of digs into your ribs a little bit when it's on your belt. So that's another strike against the SOG, at least in my opinion. Okay, let's see if I have any other notes here. Overall, all of these are pretty decent. As you might have noticed, I tend to like this Gerber quite a bit because it cuts pretty well. I really like the handle. I really like the sheath on it. As far as value goes, these Tramontinas are really a great value. I got each of these, let's see, for $5 to $7 each. Actually, I think this one was the most expensive. It might have been more like $8 on sale. And the rest of these are going to cost quite a bit more, although they come with the sheath. The most expensive is this SOG. I think it runs about $23, $24 compared to, you know, something similar in length by Tramontina. This is like $5. So I would get this over this. If you had any concerns about the handle, and some concerns do exist because this is just wood, it's not treated in any manner, it could slip out of your hand more easily than this rubberized grip, then I would get some sort of, you know, tape to put over that. I've heard people put hockey tape over these handles to make them just a little bit grippier. But all in all, not a bad set of machetes. If I had to pick one that I like the most, I surprised myself in picking this one. I like that it's so long. I can reach branches that are high. I've got a lot of chopping power. I bought this not thinking I would like it, but it was so cheap I thought, what the heck, I'll try it anyway, and it turned out to be my favorite one. So I'll have a table of information that I'll put up on the end of this video. We'll have all of the specifications that I collected about each of these, and hopefully you'll find one that you like. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see each other real soon.